Supporting videos for the Good Practice Guide for Coffee Seed Production and Coffee Nursery Management, an initiative of World Coffee Research, with support from Sustainable Harvest. Video 3. Nutrition. In order for seedlings in a nursery to develop well and stay healthy, they need good nutrition at each phase. There are two main sources from which plants can obtain their nutrients: from the substrate and from fertilizers. How does substrate provide nutrients to the plant? It is always recommended to do a chemical analysis of your substrate. Substrate that does not have adequate nutrients or is not complemented with a nutrition plan can cause improper development and increased risk of diseases, productivity problems, and greater susceptibility to pests or even toxicities. One of the most important factors related to nutrient availability in the substrate is pH. pH controls chemical reactions that determine whether or not nutrients are available for the plant to absorb. For this reason, the most common nutritional problems occur in plants when the pH is outside the optimal range. When this happens, even if the plant is provided with all the necessary nutrients, it will not be able to absorb them. Some elements are more soluble in acidic pH and others in alkaline pH. In a very acidic substrate, nitrogen, potassium, calcium, and magnesium are not soluble, while in a very alkaline substrate, iron, phosphorus, manganese, zinc, and copper are not soluble. The optimal pH range for coffee is between 5.4 and 6.8. To learn more about the availability of nutrients at different pH levels and about how to measure pH in your substrate, consult Module 4 of the Good Practice Guide for Coffee Nursery Management in the section called Fertilization. How does fertilization support plant nutrition? In addition to the nutrients available in the substrate, fertilizers can be added to maximize plant development. Fertilizers can be chemical or organic. But for them to be effective, you should: 1. Plan according to the substrate and the variety. A fertilization plan should be targeted to specific qualities of your substrate and the variety you are growing. 2. Apply according to the growth phase. Fertilizer doses should be adjusted according to the age of the plant. For example, soil fertilization is not recommended until the appearance of the first pair of true leaves, since the absorption capacity of the plant is limited before leaf growth begins. To see examples of fertilization plans for different stages of growth, consult Module 4 of the Good Practice Guide for Coffee Nursery Management in the section called Fertilization. Are some nutrients more important than others? All nutrients are classified as macro or macronutrients, depending on how much the plants need them. The most common macronutrients in coffee cultivation are nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, and magnesium. And the most common micronutrients are iron, manganese, zinc, and boron. Although some nutrients are needed in greater quantities than others, Liebig's law of the minimum states that all nutrients are critical. For example, a plant with good nitrogen levels will not reach its full potential if it has a significant boron deficiency, even if the nitrogen dose continues to be increased. How can you identify nutrient deficiencies? It is important that nurseries learn to identify the symptoms of nutritional deficiencies of each nutrient to properly adjust the nutrition plan. Each nutrient deficiency has unique symptoms that manifest as changes in the color, shape, or growth of the leaves or stems. To learn how to identify symptoms, you can consult the Good Practice Guide for Coffee Nursery Management in Module 4 in the section called Fertilization, Nutritional deficiencies. Remember, well-nourished plants are healthy and productive plants. This video summarizes the Good Practice Guide for Coffee Seed Production and Coffee Nursery Management, an initiative of World Coffee Research. Find the guides, videos, and more information at worldcoffeeresearch.org.